16, Wakefield Trinity 30. Massive respect goes to the Up the Trin Brigade here on this edition of In the Sheds. They were quite simply brilliant at the Halliwell Jones Stadium. They really did take it to the Warrington Wolves. In terms of the middle units, it was like elephants running at zebras. And speaking of zebras, Wakefield's performance was like a giraffe in zebras. It was very, very clear to spot who the better side was this Sunday. Some superb play from Wakefield Trinity. More completed sets, more meters made. I mean, they were just so good. They forced 15 errors out of the wire. 40 missed tackles. Absolutely shocking. But before we get to the wire, let's pay tribute to Darryl Powell's Wakefield Trinity. Throughout the entire 4 rounds of Super League this season, they have been competitive. Nobody has put them to the sword, really. Even St. Helens, that win that St. Helens got, it wasn't a blowout, and Wakey were in that game for large periods of the game. In this one, it was a really tight affair in the first half. Really pleased for Alfie Johnson on debut, getting the try for the Warrington Wolves. That was perhaps as good as it got on the day for them. Aaron Lindop going down for HIA. He won't be playing against Widnes. Massive injury concerns going into that for the wire. But back to Trinity. To a man, every single one of them played their part on the day. They targeted superbly Warrington's new looking left edge with Roderick Tye and Alfie Johnson, and they got a lot of joy down that side as well. Matty Russell, yet again, coming back to the Warrington Wolves and getting himself a score. 5 tackleables from Matty, 77 metres from 15 carries. He had a great game indeed. I'm really liking these fringe players like Vagana. I thought Vagana again, very solid in second row. Again, going back to Dan Russell for the Warrington Wolves. Big question marks at the moment where Russell's concerned. Is he too big to be a second row? Has he got the pace? Has he got the versatility? Has he got the speed? Has he got the ability to really mix it with the best in second rows in Super League? I don't know. I'm not so sure. Maybe prop forward, or maybe I don't think he's probably got the ball skills to be a loose forward. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there with Dan Russell. But Regana, absolutely wonderful in second row. I thought Croft played well as well. Took his try really strongly. Really nice indeed. The front, I mean, look, the prop forwards in this game, the forward positions just absolutely bullied Warrington from the moment the game started to the moment the game ended. That is where this game was won and lost, right down the middle. Simple as that. Warrington Wolves, 465 metres from their players down the middle, 627 by Wakefield Trinity. That tells you everything that you need to know. They were bullied down the middle, and that's a massive concern for Sam Burgess and the Warrington Wolves. At this moment in time, the pack doesn't seem to have enough grunt about it. It really, really doesn't. And I think, there's massive questions there in terms of, when you see Zane Musgrove on the bench, well, not even on the bench, not in the 18th-man squad, and he's a quota player. That's alarming. To have a quota player, prop forward, can't even get into an 18-man squad after Vegas when changes have been made. Alarming. Paul Vaughan at full time, looking quite jovial on the touchline. George Williams, Sam Powell down the tunnel, livid with the performance and the result. These are the things, these are the optics that you have to look at to see where a team's at. And there's a lot of noise at the moment around Warrington, and they've actually brought that upon themselves with the pictures from Vegas, with the results at Vegas. Now this result as well. Lots of rumours swirling around the town in terms of what's going on behind the scenes. And this just creates the wrong atmosphere. So this is the first real, now for me, the real first test of Sam Burgess's leadership. We've seen on our match report the full press conference of Burgess. Didn't look happy, did he? Very spiky at times as well. I think Sam knows this now is a real pinch point in his tenure at the Warrington Wolves. But his opposite number, Darryl Powell, should be over the moon. This is retribution from him. We've said that in the report. Darryl Powell, very, very happy at full time. Cracking jokes. It meant a lot to him to come back to a place that, quite frankly, doesn't hold fond memories for him and get a performance of class from his side. And it was a performance of class. I mean, everything about Wakey, there was nothing not to like. Every player played their part. They all turned up for each other. Nobody tried to win it themselves. It was a solid unit performance. It was completely the opposite of what we saw on the opposite side. They were brilliant. Wakey this season have been brilliant. We asked Darryl Powell in his post-match press conference. Is he resetting his objectives? No, he stayed steadfast. 8th would do this year. It would be a consolidation. But if they carry on playing like this, they might just be in that shake-up for 6th this season. I mean, it might be a step too far, but if they can stay in the grind and produce dominant forward displays like that, who knows? The thing about Super League at the moment is, with the exception of perhaps KR, St. Helens fully fit, and Wigan, the rest of the packs in Super League, they're there to be had. And if they run as straight and as true as they did against the Warrington Wolves, against every other team in the league, I'm telling you now, Wakey will come out on top more often than not. And once you're on top in the middle, it does create the space out wide. And that is where the magic happens. I thought Liam Hood at hooker was absolutely superb. Brilliant performance from him. Potentially his last season in Super League for Wakefield Trinity. Been a good servant for the club. And he had a really good knock at the number 9 position. I just thought everything about Wakey on the day was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love to see a team in unison, and that is what Wakey were. But I would expect about maybe 600, maybe 700 fans over with them for the game, and it was great meeting them as well. Some really good conversations pre and post game with Wakey fans. They're delighted with Davil Powell's Wakefield Trinity. They're really pleased with what's happening. Spoke to the chairman at full time. He's very, very buoyant. He's going to be doing an in conversation with us as well. That'll be interesting to get the inside track on Project Wakefield for 2025. Keep your eye out for that. That one's going to be coming soon. But bottom line is for me here, Wakefield Trinity are a real good side this season. They're not a contender for the Super League. We know that. Darryl Powell knows that. You Wakey Trinity fans know that. But they are going to win some big games this year. They're going to give a lot of joy to their fans. And you know what? Brilliant. You know, bring it on, I say. I mean, they will not be, let's be fair, they'll be looking at the Challenge Cup thinking, we could go somewhere here, guys. We could go somewhere here. And I wouldn't be surprised by that either. You know, Wakey might just, again, upset a few on the way to perhaps a show at Wembley. And why not dream? That's the whole point of the Challenge Cup. Why not dream, Wakey Trinity fans? I mean, based on this performance, in 80 minutes, you can mix it with the best of them. So who's to say? Who is to say? But all in all, they have been an absolute delight to watch this year thus far, and I hope that that continues, and I'm sure that it will. So many great performances. Like I said, man, everybody played their part. Good to see Truman back as well, wasn't it? He had a good game, Truman, quite assured on the ball. His kicking game, very, very good. And of course, Lino keeping out Ollie Russell at this moment in time. And, you know, you can probably see why he's in good form as well. But who am I giving the 3-2-1-2? Well, no doubt about it. I mean, I have to say, in dispatches, George Williams tried to do everything for the wire. It has to be said. George Williams was a man almost playing alone. It was like the players around him were playing hide and seek with blindfolds, and he was the one that was doing everything. He was here, there, and everywhere, George Williams. But, you know, it's very, very difficult to give him a point when so many Wakefield Trinity players played so well. So, alas, George, there's your note in dispatches. But the 1 point goes to Matty Staunton. Matty Staunton, since coming to Wakefield Trinity, brilliant. Absolutely. He's tried. Many will say it was too easy, right through the heart of Warrington. But you know what I mean? That's Staunton was running, and he was running brave. He did 25 tackles. He didn't miss one all game. He was superb in those defensive areas. 13 carries for 83 metres. He did 3 tackle busts, that clean break for the try. I thought Matty, for me, you know, a player that's been around a little bit, don't get me wrong, outstanding. Outstanding effort from him. 2-1 has to go to Liam Hood. Liam Hood, for me, from dummy half, outstanding. He tried two assists on the day, 42 metres from 8 carries. He did 8 dummy runs in the game. He did a clean break and a couple of tackle busts as well. But I thought Liam Hood at 9 really played solid rugby league from the moment the game kicked off to the moment it ended. He got his rewards in tries and assists and all the great stuff that went with it. So congratulations to Liam Hood. Good luck in what perhaps will be your last year at Wakey Trinity. Can he force himself a contract? Probably too many cooks at 9 next year already scheduled for Wakey for that to happen. And the 3-point has to go to Mike McMeekin. Head and shoulders the best player on the park. 80-minute shift from Mike. I mean, you know, when he was made captain, there's a few people, Mike McMeekin's a quality pro. He's a leader of men, and he showed it in this. Every facet of his game was there. The only thing that was missing was a deserved try. If he got one, you'd have been over the moon for him. It was that good a performance. 36 tackles in D. Played loose forward, of course, in the absence of Jay Pitts. 36 tackles in D. Didn't miss a tackle all game. Exceptional. 20 carries for 170 metres. He ran hard, he ran fast, he punched through. He was brilliant. Yes, of course, the flair players got the assists and got the tries, but Big Mike down the middle was doing it time and time again, laying the platform incredibly well. Really did beat up the Warrington Wolves front row. You've got to give Mikey a lot of credit. I'm giving Mikey a lot of credit. I think it was an exceptional performance from the Wakefield Trinity captain. Head and shoulders for me, the best player on the park. Not because of his flair, not because of it, just the sheer grit and determination to lead his troops to victory. Absolutely incredible display from Mike McMeekin. If you've not watched the game, go and watch it. Keep your eye on Mike, and you'll see for yourself. Still packing it. Well, still packing it. What am I on about? Still going up against the best in Super League and coming out on top. Outstanding stuff from Mike McMeekin. Warrington fans, what are your thoughts? A lot of talk on social media about the size of the pack, what's going on at the club. Well, what's going to happen on Saturday with the injury list the way it is. That's going to be interesting at the Widnes Vikings. For Wakefield Trinity fans, you must be in dreamland. Get in the chat, bask in your glory. You're doing great guns, outstanding stuff. Many congratulations to you. We'll be back with more in the sheds very soon.